Hi everyone, welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mansions. I'm MaryAnne. Welcome to your Sun Sign Love Connection readings for today, December 27th. So what I'm doing, and if you're new, a special welcome to you. I would love to have you coming back. I hope that you enjoy the messages and the guidance that comes through with my readings, with spirit, my intuition, my psychic abilities, all of them combined, hopefully will reach you and resonate with you. And definitely the people coming back, subscribing, liking, commenting, supporting me, my channel. It's amazingly, incredibly beautiful, uplifting, encouraging, all the things I try to bring to you through my readings, through the messages, whether it be the tarot or the oracles, they're all there meant to invoke joy, happiness, and love on all different levels. And so what we're doing today is we're going to be doing bonus readings because we've got like 4 days left of the month. And I've already done the beginning of the month readings. And then I've done the mid-month readings. So we usually have extra days afterwards. And I do different things, but this month I felt compelled to do the bonuses. So what that really means though, for those that are new, once again, I do a featured sign, sun sign. And starting in January again, I'll start with Aries, ending with Pisces, and going around the zodiac wheel so that you know, if you're familiar and you've been coming back, when your sign will be. And then Spirit likes to add that highlighted connection messages, which I then pick, 3 major categories and talk to you about. And today we're getting both of those just impromptu in front of you. So let's go. I know what I did yesterday. I won't repeat yesterday's, just to be fair. And I know Spirit will work with me on that. And so, boom, right off there. We went right towards Scorpio. Let's see where it goes. Gemini. Well, we have the moon in Gemini right now. A lot of air elements are coming through. Yesterday we read spontaneously and a bonus for Aquarius and Aries. So if you're either of those and you want to watch that, pretty powerful stuff. And then, so that's the featured sign. And then the highlighted sign for Gemini is Libra. Okay, perfect. Well, I'm a Libra, and I know a lot of Geminis. I just got I got a text this morning from a Gemini friend of mine who, had a belated Merry Christmas. Now, let me just say, we're both air, we're both in our minds, we're both really caring about people. We do love people, we do want to be around people, we want to be sociable. And, as far as I'm concerned, this particular Gemini certainly, and other ones I've met, I have family members, I've known them my entire life, we just tend to gravitate towards each other because we're both air elements. They may forget about texting or something, but eventually you'll hear. Because like I said, they have a good heart. They're just constantly thinking and they're always doing stuff and they're always busy and their energy is, kind of very, very pronounced. Let's just put it that way. And so, yeah, they can forget sometimes who they've sent messages to or not. So I had to laugh, but it was nice anyway, because I'm hoping that you're enjoying the aftermath of the holidays. Happy Kwanzaa to those that celebrate Kwanzaa. And of course, post-Christmas, Hanukkah, all the beautiful things. Now, it's a really, really important time, I think, during the holidays, and particularly this year, to gravitate and be around people that make you feel happy, make you feel that love and that joy, because it's so healing. And if you don't have somebody, I'm sending you my love, because I got tons to go around. And by the way, I am one of those people that my family and faith, they're not with me. They don't live with me physically. So I understand that, which is also a reason why I wanted to really start this channel, so that I can actually communicate and connect to more and more people, because that had stopped to the point that I remembered it, and I eliminated certain people on purpose, and then other people I want to continue to grow and evolve and just, I just feel like it's super important in our lives. So without further ado, let us read. Well, let me talk a little bit more about the combination here, because yes, you're both air signs, so that's automatically a very harmonizing type of thing. We do have now what they call in the age and era of Aquarius, because the predominant important planets have gone into Aquarius, starting with Saturn and Jupiter that had this incredible, beautiful conjunction. You could see it in the sky. I mean, it's so strong and so different than the Earth of Capricorn that it was in. Although we're in Capricorn season, happy birthday Capricorns, until the 19th, then it goes into the sun season of Aquarius. Mercury goes into Aquarius, and then we're just going to have a whole lot of air, and that'll continue to be that way for 20 years and onward. Very, very different, very, very much like I've said about the mind, about thought, expression, communicating, connecting, all the things I mentioned a while ago, but truth-seeking, breaking the barriers, utilizing the different forms of technology, which, okay, so Gemini is the air sign that has, it's a mutable sign, which means that it's extremely adaptable and changeable and capable of trying and wanting to try all sorts of things, not necessarily set on one thing. They're always wanting to expand and grow and move, and yeah, that's huge for them. They love to teach, they love to speak and write and all those wonderful prolific things, and they want to keep doing that and helping other people in the process. All air signs are like that. Now, Gemini's ruling planet that they were born with since day one is Mercury. So there you have a double whammy, if you will, of the mind and the expansion, the need to continually learn and focus on how they can express themselves to others and let their word be heard, basically, right? In a very calm, no, not necessarily calm, in a very fair, balanced way, if I'll mainly Libra is more about the balance, but everybody really needs that. It's more about fairness, equality. They're interested in anyone and everything, and they don't necessarily have any biases about stuff. They want people to unite and get along, and they want to help in that. So, and Libra, absolutely. Libra's main thing, being ruled by Venus, is love, relationships. If it's not romantic, it certainly is having friends and family, and for me, it's number one. And if things aren't going well, I'm definitely off balance. I have to be able to work through that, and I need to express myself in ways that I think will be kind and fair and, and yet, with that idea of compromise, because we have to have that in our relationships. It's really important. And for a long time, I didn't want to rock the boat, I don't want to cause any friction or anything. And now it's like, okay, I can speak my mind, as does Gemini, and be forthright and diplomatic, and yet be able to be who I really am. That's essential, and that's the energies we're really, really moving towards with this air element. And so, yeah, the two of you really can talk forever. You can come up with so many ideas. The creativity in the two of you is very, very prominent. And, well, Libra's a cardinal sign, so they definitely love to be doing things. They don't like to be sitting and, it's not like I'm ever lazy, because I definitely can be. But trust me, I've always been the person to work 2 jobs at once. Of course, now that's not happening, but it would be, because I do tarot and readings, and then I'm a massage therapist. I'm just not doing the massage therapy part. But all my life, I've always had more than 1 job, sometimes 3. I love the variety, and I love the spiciness of life, and meeting all sorts of people and all walks of life, and knowing that in my mind, my deepest part of my heart, we really can achieve getting along and recognizing and accepting our differences. I will never leave this, I will not leave this earth feeling otherwise. And I see in my mind's eye and in my heart, I see that really wanting to unravel and unfold. So, I'm excited about that. And so let us see what the message is for this beautiful bonus combination reading for today of Gemini and Libra is. So the first card is always the overall energy, the catalyst bringing you to this reading. It's pretty phenomenal. I'm shuffling these. This has come up 3 times in a row, I believe, in the last 3 days. And it's the Queen of Swords. It is the air. It is the Gemini, Aquarius, and Libras. It is the era we're in. It is the need to speak and be heard and be quite, sometimes very forceful. Activists come to mind. Like I said, teachers are very strongly a part of this air element. Writers, speakers, YouTubers, just anything they can do to get the word. And the Queen is quite, you know, they say detached because it's all about us thinking so hard is not the right word, but we're so intent on working through things and strategizing in a way that's going to be fair, that's going to make sense, that's going to be able to see all perspectives, that we detach our emotions on purpose so that doesn't, you know, cloud our ideas and our visions, because I'm very emotional, and a lot of air signs I know are. We just have that ability to detach, whereas water signs, who are all emotion and feeling, aren't necessarily able to detach that, you know, and it's a blessing in itself. But there you go, there you have it, completely feeling in the energy. And I might add that this year I feel, after at least 2-3 years with Capricorn, the predominant, you know, energy, having Saturn up until, you know, this past week in their sign, which is all about restriction and, you know, conformity and, you know, just tasks, to taskmaster, just to keep you on track, you know. And it's not always fun, but it's necessary, and you look back and you say thank you, because I might have gone this way, or, you know, I was interested in spending that for that. But that's what keeps us in line. And with Capricorn, yeah, because that's the earthly things, the things that are imperative that we be serious about and maybe, you know, hold back on overdoing things. So, but that was in the air sign, you know, predominant. That was the kind of what they call a square or a clash to us. Cardinal sign, although Capricorn was a cardinal sign, as is Libra, it still wasn't the most easy energy. And so moving forward, the air signs being, all air signs being, you know, of course, sister or brother air signs to Aquarius, it will definitely have more of a flow. And it's not to say there won't be challenges. I never mean that, because it's important. We need to grow with that. And that Saturn will still keep you on track, but depending on where it's falling in your house, in your natal chart, it'll just kind of be a smoother ride. And that, I just get excited about feeling that way and knowing and hearing that. As well as, I would say, fire signs, they'll have a definitely easier time. And then maybe not as much for the earth now, in reverse, and to even it out, you know, which life always does. I hope I haven't lost you. But that's really predominantly important to mention with this new changing of the energies of air from earth. Everybody can make things work, and we do. But like I said, some years, you know, I'm sure you know, we certainly knew this year, they're going to just be a little easier, and some years not so much. But we learn and we grow and we get through them. So never to bring any kind of negativity to it, because it's not really my goal here. Everything does have a silver lining. That's the reality of it. You know, you're going to find there's more ease in your communications with that Queen of Swords. There's going to be more clarity in what you need to say, and feeling good and confident about it, you know, standing and empowering yourself. The second category is always the possible blessings or obstacles, and you have the Empress. What a beautiful card, and especially following the Queen of Swords for this wonderful connection of Libra and Gemini, because the Empress is the queen of, the goddess, I should say, of love, of creativity, of ideas, of beginnings. You know, they show a lot of times a woman who's having, you know, a child, because it's the idea, metaphorically, of carrying something or beginning something, or, you know, experiencing from beginning to end the journey and the beauty of the journey and the growth and the laborious aspects to it. It's not always easy, but that's kind of a beautiful part of it too. Getting through those challenges, getting through the struggle, and seeing the other side, and then the beauty that it, you know, creates and manifests for you. This is about love. This is about, you know, strong empowerment. Look at the yellow. That is our solar plexus. That is, like I said, standing strong and feeling confident, and moving forward with truth and dignity and, yeah, fairness, all the things, and being able to openly express how you feel and not hold back. You know, that happens too often, and it's not good for you. It's really not. And like I said, there's ways to do it. You don't have to hurt people in the process, but you got to be real. You have to be authentic, and you do so much better. It's just like I've always found when that happens, and I've been a little afraid because, you know, at first when you're doing it, you're like, oh, that actually felt good. And then, you know, the universe really works with you. The more authentic you are, the more you're going to be given. And it's a beautiful, beautiful understanding and recognition when that happens. And the last category is of finances, because it's important, you know, on this earthly plane. We need those. That's a very important energy and aspect, right? The currency is where the term came from. That you can give and receive and keep that flow going, keep that law of attraction happening for you. What you give, you receive, and onward, and so forth. And, you know, the messages that I can read to you probably will compound and accentuate that very thing with my beautiful Oracle guidance cards. But your specific energy and message, Geminis and Libra, for the remainder of this month and onward is the Two of Swords. So there you go. I mean, I said crazy, but seriously. It's just so strong, and you're in your element, and you're feeling good, but you have the Two of Swords. So when it comes to money, or business, or, you know, your stability, your job, you are at a crossroads, or you have two options. You actually are going to be given opportunities, more than one perhaps. You're working together in a partnership. You are still thinking things through. You're not going to rush forward until you hear maybe more information that needs to come in. And I know for myself what that is. Pretty sure a lot of you watching do. That's perfect, right? But it will come in. And it will definitely come through channels, I think, of institutions, maybe places that lend money. There's possibly of inheritance. All the things that are necessary. And then, by the way, in the next, I believe it's on the 29th, is the full moon in Cancer. So you take that detached part of this air element and the Libra and Gemini, and you combine it with the ultimate creativity and nurturing, emotional, loving, caring part of you. And you have that beautiful, holistic energy you need to grow, to attract to you, to magnetize to you. It's a very internal energy when it's water, and especially Cancer, and, you know, it's either Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. But, you know, Cancers are ruled by the moon, and the moon will be full in Cancer. So it reminds me of, you know, things with money pertaining to family, to the ones closest to you that you consider family. You're pondering and you're really thinking about it. And I know that that's what Libra and Geminis do, and all air signs, and I know people all think. But trust me when I tell you, sometimes this thought thing that we go through in the loop, and I would say predominantly more even than Libra Geminis, they want nothing more than to shut that off, boy. They're constantly thinking, constantly wanting to start something and create something, and, you know, and it's almost a burden at times for them. So they need to just sit and be in tune with themselves and their incredible intuitive ability that we all have, and that's really going to come forth with the new moon or full moon. But yes, be prepared to hear that things are coming through. There's just a little bit more of a weight, and I understand that. I hope you do too. I hope you're feeling that. But definitely feel positive, okay? Whatever you do, recognize that whatever is happening with that full moon will come to light, and it will either end completely or it'll begin something. So that's just in another day or so. And then another issue that I think important planetary-wise is that we do have Neptune. That's the planet of confusion and you know, fantasy and illusion and deception at times, right? And just things not being really actually clear, like what you think is happening may not really be happening. Well, when it's in retrograde, as it has been since July 23rd of this year, it's really making you second guess even your own feelings and your own intuition, and thinking, wait a minute, I used to be spot on about that, and now I'm not even sure. And that's okay. that will change when Neptune stations forward tomorrow. And then also the full moon in a water sign, which is Neptune's, you know, the god of the underworld. So it's all about the sea and the unknown and the mystery of life. Clarity, clarity, clarity. Fantastic, because I know, you know, I was so sure that something was happening and then it didn't. And then that was happening basically the whole year. And I think we're moving very slowly but steadily away from all of that. And that feels beautiful. So if that does ring a bell, let me know. And if you have not subscribed, I would appreciate it so very much. It just takes a moment. It's free. And it is definitely helping my campaign, because my goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers. And then YouTube kicks in and does some kind of neat things. And that would just be really beautiful. If you're feeling it, right? And only then. And so those are the messages that I absolutely love, and it's more than coincidence that you have predominance of the swords being air, which the two of you are. So I like that a lot when it's very congruent to what's happening in the spiritual world, but also in our physical way. So let me read to you the messages coming through specifically once again for all the beautiful Geminis in this world and the planet, in your lives, whatever that capacity may be, and certainly the Libras, but all signs in connection with Gemini. And this is the Starseed Oracle. I just opened it for the beginning of the month. Nope, I believe it was mid-month. I haven't been reading it that long. It's brand new, and I'm just absolutely in love with it. And the illustrations are by Danielle Noel. The actual, if you're interested, after I've shown it to you, Rebecca Campbell, and then I got new decks for Christmas. I'm excited. I can't wait to continue to share the messages. They're pretty powerful, insightful, filled with love, sent from love. And your message, Gemini, I believe I have two. How funny, I have two, because there's the duality of the Gemini, right? The twins. I'm going to read the first one, though. And this is Hiraeth, longing for home, homesick for the stars. I'm not sure how else to pronounce that. It's Hiraeth. Hiraeth. It's so beautiful. So that says to me, and I'm going to read to you from the book, but just intuitively, longing for home, homesick for the stars, being both wanting to be of earth and of the universe, and just that spiritual nature in all of us, right? And wanting to connect, knowing we are at all times connecting, co-creating, but to consciously want that, and longing and feeling that need, especially after this year, and just, really convening, is that the word I'm feeling or hearing right now? With spirit. If it's not in meditation, maybe through your time in nature, or, just whatever solitude you can have, and just being still and listening and taking in. It's a beautiful, powerful year for everybody coming up, and it's mainly going to be a lot about healing, you can imagine. And I just have such faith and trust in our ability to do that and just help each other in that way, But the book says, Hiraeth, so it's in order. Here it is. Hiraeth is a Welsh word that's difficult to translate, but it refers to a certain longing or homesickness, a yearning for home, or a place to which we cannot return. This unexplainable, unshakable longing for home is common in starseeds and old souls. Perhaps you've had it since birth. For some, it's a distant memory of a planet, galaxy, or star system in the universe that their soul remembers and yearns to return to. Ooh, I'm definitely getting goosebumps with this. A place that may have experienced more than Earth. Than Earth. It's closing out my throat chakra now. For others, it's a longing for the unity of Source, a remembering of reconnectedness, oneness. This yearning led some starseeds to travel, searching all corners of the planet to find a physical place that feels more like home. For others, it can manifest as a need to find home in people, community, and relationships. A journey to find somewhere they truly belong. Like-minded people, you know, that understand, and you're one in spirit and heart. If you resonate with this yearning for home, but don't really know where home is, you're being invited to remember that your soul chose to be on Earth, and you're being called to fully commit to embodying your life. You're being reassured that you didn't come here alone, and that your soul consciously decided to experience what it's like to be a soul in a human body on this planet at this time. You're being called to anchor all of your presence, your personality, your soul, and your spirit in the here and now. To fully commit to living this life right now, to commit to putting 2 feet completely in. The Starseed Soul Inquiry is, how can you commit more fully to your life? What a beautiful, beautiful message, right? And I honestly feel like I understand that, and I don't think I've ever heard it worded that way, but I absolutely love it. So yes, that's just for you. And I know a lot of you will know, what that means to you. And so I'm now going to read your animal medicine cards because they're beautiful. And we do have our beautiful animal spirit guides that definitely help us and guide us and teach us. And the world has to have a place for animals, right? I can't even imagine it without that. And sometimes it seems like, yeah, but never to be taken for granted, right? And I hope that we can all get together and being able to save even more animals. That would be an amazing part of this new era that we're coming into, and yeah, the salvaging of a lot of things. It feels beautiful. Oh, the pigeon. I always like the pigeon. I always say the story, my grandmother lived in San Francisco. My mom was born and raised there, and they'd be all over pigeons. I always associate it with that, and I have such warm and loving feelings for my grandmother's visits and everything. You know how that goes when you have your grandparents you just love so much. And so I'm going to read to you what your specific message is. So the pigeon should be right after pelican. Nope. What? Where'd it go? Oh, okay. Sorry. Excuse me. Song, peace, home. A second thing about home. Oh my gosh, Spirit. Okay, this is very, very clear for some of you out there. There's something happening here. And that whole idea of, where is your home? I can almost promise you, and I don't want to do that because I know that you'll come back and be like, why did you say that? But I feel like this year is really going to make you feel more at home, I really do. And I'm excited and I love being able to say that. Pigeon knows how to come home. Drawing pigeon indicates the time to deepen your peace with where you come from. This can be done in your heart, even if your mind cannot align. Also very interesting for an air sign message. Pigeon is dove in gray city clothes, and like dove, brings peace, gentleness, and understanding, with soothing songs and coos. Pigeon is present and peaceful both in the beauty of Earth's nature and in human cities, right? Because they hang out all sorts of places, as do Geminis. Even in a crowded train station or huddled under an awning outside of a deli to get out of the rain, it is possible to be a being of song, peace, and friendship. And you definitely like that too, Gemini. So I love that. I think it's very perfect for you. And finishing your reading, last but not least, I'll read you your super attractor manifestation message, where you can manifest and bring into your life, with the co-creation of the beautiful, beautiful energies of the law of attraction, exactly what you would like, but it has to be congruent with the energy that you are putting out there, right? And that you really want. You can't want something and then not feel like you're deserving and so forth. Like attracts like. So let us see what beautiful message that Spirit has for you, Gemini, and all your connections for the December 27th reading. This constantly comes out, so we all need to be hearing this because Spirit really wants you to really, really take this in. When I'm grateful for what I have, I can feel good along the way to what I deserve. And once again, I mean, there's this incredible illumination, the rays and energies from Source and Spirit and our angels and guides and everything always there for us. But the gratitude is what truly brings things in. Of the simplest things, you know. And appreciation for what we really do have, because we really so many times have so much. I love that. I love you. I appreciate, you taking the time. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and let me know if you did, okay? That's always really beautiful. And so if you're wanting to come back every day, please feel free to do so. But if you don't, I look forward to you coming back in the new year. So have a beautiful, safe New Year's Eve, whatever you do. And until next time, thanks and bye for now.